Welcome back to some more RalliSport Challenge. This is part 5, and just before I get into this part, I apologize for the hold-ups that I've been leaving for some of you who have really been looking forward to more parts of this series. I'll try to explain a little bit more about what's been going on, especially over the last while, and some kind of a sort of self-reflection when I really tend to think about things. But before we do that, I'm just giving you guys a quick rundown of the cars in the next lineup of vehicles. Basically, a lot of vehicles that are sort of rallycross and hill climb based. So a lot of really good stuff in here too, including, yes, even a Nissan Skyline in a rallying game. A Skyline in a rallying game. You really don't see that very often. So we're going to use it here for the first event, the Deer Park GP. It's really a shame this car did not come back for RalliSport Challenge 2. It was here in the first game, but did not return for the second. And it wasn't a case of losing the Nissan license because the Micra is still in the second game. So it's just, for whatever reason, the Skyline did not come back, which is a shame. But yeah, this is going to be three events, 3 rallycross events, 5 laps for each event, so they're getting a little bit longer, but nothing too overly substantial. But yeah, I thought I'd explain, like I said, I guess there's been a bit of a self-reflection lately, the more I've been thinking about it in terms of videos and stuff. The truth is, and I think I've been starting to realize this a little bit, I don't really enjoy making playthroughs as I had been when I first started. A lot of it has just become due to the changing landscape of YouTube and whatnot, and the fact that sometimes it takes time out of my day, and I'm the sort of person who really just likes to relax, likes to do my sort of thing, likes to watch videos or rather than making them, or doing something a little bit more simpler. And I guess it's that sort of thing that's been causing this huge mental mental block in my head. In terms of getting this stuff out. I know all the time, I know I gotta get this stuff out, because I don't want to purposely keep people waiting. It's just, I guess it's just this thing where it's for whatever reason, it's just something it's not clicking, and I feel like sometimes when I try to make these other playthroughs, there's this feeling of wanting to try and find that again, and I just haven't been able to find it again. But when I've really been sitting down and thinking about it, I've been trying to think about maybe what are ways I can really try and combat it. And whilst I've talked such a huge game before about streaming in the past, because there's going to be some big changes coming in February, I'm not going to get into full details just yet. But since there are some big changes coming in February, I kind of want to find a way to kind of focus my time a little bit better with the live streaming thing. And yes, I know I've talked about it so many times in the past. I know I've said this and that, and things haven't come out. But the thing is, I think this time around, it's just really kind of a self. It's been a part of this self-reflection, just kind of how I want to, look at certain things and think about how I want to approach them. And I think the more I think about it, the more I realize that streaming really is just a lot more fun. Because with streaming, I can be a lot more relaxed. I don't have to worry about cutting these all up into parts and whatnot, and then having to record the commentary afterwards like I've been doing for the last few playthroughs or anything like that. I can really just kind of go in, just chat with some people who show up in the chat, and for those who do show up in chat whenever I stream, thank you very much. I really appreciate your company. And yeah, just have a good time. And as I've been thinking about it lately, I've been thinking a lot of games have been kind of popping up in my head in terms of possible just things I want to play and whatnot. Even stuff I've already played in the past, because that was, I think, maybe one of the things that was also causing a bit of that mental hurdle, was that I don't want to bore people with stuff I played before. But I think the thing that I really think about is, and this is kind of the beauty of racing games in some ways, it's just the amount of different ways you can approach the game. Because with a lot of other genres, it can sometimes be very linear. You can only have a certain thing and a certain whatnot, and that's in the cases for those particular genre games. That's fine, because that's just how it tends to work. But with racing games, you really can take a lot of different approaches. And I forgot I even had a pause here. I don't know. I don't remember what that was about. It's been quite a while since I did these, but yeah, though it's a sort of thing where it's just the more I think about it, and the more I like kind of stop to really ask myself about it, the more it's like, you know, maybe the reason I like playing certain games again is because they're just fun games, and I like having fun. And if people enjoy watching it, then what exactly is the problem, right? And again, that's part of the thing that makes racing games, to me, interesting, because you have so many different options. You can try playing through with a different car, trying a different order of events. There's a whole lot of potential with a lot of these, and I never really kind of stopped to think about that, because the part of my head that's like, oh, I've already done this. I don't think people want to see this again. But I think when I really think about it, people just want to see me for me. They want to see me do stuff that I like. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that's probably the way I should approach things. And with, you know, kind of, you know, talking with some new friends, being part of some new communities and whatnot, because I'm trying to branch myself a little bit after how I've been for the last several years. There's an odd sense of kind of slow invigoration to kind of push towards it again, and just do it for the sake of having fun. And the best part of it is, I think, really, it's kind of, whilst I'm not gonna, you know, go at it full force and just go in it like balls deep or anything, I think in a lot of ways it's slowly been sort of the kick in the ass I've been needing for a long time. And it's helping. And, you know, it doesn't mean like playthrough stuff in general is going to completely disappear from the channel. Doing the streaming stuff would allow me, of course, to archive everything that happens on Twitch. I'd be able to put that stuff on the YouTube like I did in the past, and you'd be able to watch it if you ever wanted to, you know, go back and just, you know, look at all the silliness. I mean, yes, it's going to be less professional than something like this, and I get that some people might be a bit turned off from that. But for me, I think for me the important goal is I just want to have fun again, and streaming to me is just honestly more fun. And with these kind of ideas I've been throwing about in my head, that just after talking to some people and just thinking of some ways to go at it, I have some new ideas to how I can do things. And that's great, because I've been needing that for such a long time. Because I used to be so good at getting stuff out back in the day, and then something happened, and then I've never been able to get back in that formula again. And again, it's not like, other things are not going to disappear. The reason I've been doing the Need for Speed World videos lately, I actually enjoy making those. And the format that I have now, it makes it a little bit easier for me to edit everything together. Sure, it means I gotta cut through snippets of runs for certain cars where it's not the fastest run. Excuse me, but I like making them, and I think there's a lot of potential to be had there. I mean, it's not like it's gonna make me some sort of instant overnight success or anything, and that's not the goal. But I think honestly, it's the sort of thing where I could really just do it for fun and know that there are a group of people that enjoy it and would enjoy it, because I want to put more eyes on something that meant a lot to me when I was younger, growing up, especially during the difficult years that was high school and going through puberty. As all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's that sort of thing. We're kind of going back to something that really meant a lot to me, which was Need for Speed World. It just clicks differently, and that's why I'm trying to get slowly back into it, especially now that because of the state that we're in, online servers are readily available and are running at the best they've ever run, and because the pay to win stuff is gone, that's a thing of the past, and everything has been adjusted around to be way better than it ever used to be in the official games run. It just feels so much more satisfying, so much more captivating. And so that's why I think I'm going to try and get more of those out. Of course, there's still stuff I'm working on, and I still got to kind of get over my habit of trying to be as perfectionist as possible with timed runs, because I'm really bad with that. But, you know, and then, of course, highlight reel. I don't know why I just can't keep... Why I just keep sitting on the videos. That's always been my problem. I just sit on the videos and I don't actually start putting it all into the editor. Because if I just did that as soon as I received the videos, I probably would be getting those out way quicker. So I really need to start doing that. There's stuff I just really need to be doing. And when I really start as I'm looking back at this sort of thing and realizing the kind of things I want to go and approach, I might finally be on the road to something. I might finally have a sort of idea. And when February comes, when the big stuff happens, if what I'm being told is gonna work out as good, if it's gonna work out as much as I hope for, as I'm hoping for, I think there's some good potential, and I really don't want to just waste on that again. I've done that too many times over the last few years, and I just can't keep doing that anymore. I want to... I mean, yes, these sort of playthroughs like you've been seeing here with RalliSport Challenge, they might start to become a thing of the past. Maybe every now and then I might come back and do a sort of thing like this, but I think for me, Twitch, the sort of like live stream thing with Twitch, or if for some reason I have to come over to stream on YouTube instead, which, again, like, for those of you who prefer YouTube live streaming, it's obviously nothing against you or anything. It's just, for me, personally, in terms of how the website works, the chat, and all this sort of stuff, I prefer the setup for Twitch over YouTube. And obviously, there's things about Twitch as a website that I don't personally agree with and don't like. But I could say the same thing about YouTube, so it's just, for me, the reason why Twitch is my focus over YouTube for live streaming is because just... out of the two platforms, Twitch is the one that suits my needs more. Like, do I wish if YouTube had all the sort of things, if YouTube suited every need I had that Twitch does, I would just use YouTube instead. But you know, I just focus on what works best for me. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do what I can, especially over the next while. So I'll try to get more of these videos out, and I apologize, you know, if I keep you guys waiting a little bit. But hopefully, when February comes, I can finally just sit down, get my head into gear, and just think of stuff to do. Who knows where it'll go from here? I don't want to make any promises. We're just gonna have to see how it works out. And I realize I spent the entire part talking about all of that. But hey, that's good, because that means I've been busy talking throughout this episode. But that's the Rallycross Sprint done, the first of the expert tier events, as we will be going to another Rallycross for the next part, the Alpine Masters. So stay tuned for that, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all this rambling. If you didn't, I apologize. But check out my links down below. $1 or more gets your name at the start of the videos, and gets you a chance to see these videos a day earlier than normal. But nevertheless, thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you on the next one.